guys, the real Caleb. For you guys who follow this channel, I've gone through so many different changes and different experiences in life that have really affected me and taught me a lot of lessons. And it's kind of made me into the sum of which I am today, that honestly I haven't put on display out live for people in the world. Generally, I focus on different subjects or traveling, and I don't really dive deep into myself and what I experience and who I am. So I just want to share that with you guys in the full spectrum. So, 10 years ago, all the way up to now, always been into herbalism, plant identification, identifying different plants all throughout the geographical location in the United States, and eating wild food, as well as hunting down spring water. And finding spring water because it's molecularly intact, meaning your cells can actually hydrate from this water. And it's filled with minerals as well. It's not stripped of minerals with industrial water, which industrial water is reverse osmosis, distilled water, etc. Has no minerals in it. It strips your body. You're always going to the bathroom, peeing over and over again. Your body does not hydrate at all from that type of water. There's actually generational dehydration that we've been going through. Besides that, it led me into the three treasures of Chinese Taoist immortalism or herbalism. With the three treasures, it's been a little bit, I don't remember exactly the three names. It's Jing, Qi, and Uno Mas, one more, but it's the balance of the body, the mind, and the soul. And there's different herbs that basically help you with different aspects of those parts of your body, the dimensional parts of your body. Which is really amazing. I love it. I just want to learn more and more and more. And some herbs that people may know, or superfoods people may know within Chinese Taoist immortalism is chaga mushroom, chaga king mushroom, which I used to hunt for. And I used to have a piece like this big of chaga, and I would drink teas every day. It has that nice vanilla-like flavor. And reishi mushroom, however you want to call it, which is the reddish orange-looking mushroom. Both very powerful and are adaptogens. I hope you guys can hear me. Adaptogens they adjust to your immune system. If your immune system is autoimmune disease, meaning attacking itself, it will modulate and regulate that down. Or if your immune system is underperforming, you're getting sick a lot, then it will regulate that up. So there's an intelligence inside these, which also led me into discovering, as I was going through all these changes and wanting to know how I could be the healthiest. I was vegetarian for 2 years. I lost my sex drive as a vegetarian. It did help me detox, as well as being vegan. Detox, but then it's catabolic, I believe is the term, where it breaks down your body. It breaks down your body continuously, and you do not want to have your body in that state of breaking down continuously. You want to be able to break down or detox and then build. Break down, detox, and then build. And so, people go to those extremes of being vegan and vegetarian. I love you. I have nothing against you. I don't hate you or anything like that. It's just you're in a certain portion of your journey, and that's it. And I've gone through that part of my journey, and there's pieces of it that I've taken with me that are valuable, like high-density vegetables and foods and different recipes that are really good. But as far as my focus on my health is to eat like an indigenous, tribesman of the earth who was created by the creator, which when we look into the pure studies of your genetic health, which you can find when you research Weston A. Price, which I used to read all this stuff all the time and just research really, 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 really deep. Weston A. Price proved that every indigenous culture before industrialization, the way that they ate was organ meats, animal fats, and wild animals, not domesticated animals as much. And they found that their teeth were perfect. As you can see, even mine, I got these dagger teeth. So it's not ideal. Ever since little people would be like, oh, you got fucked up teeth. I'm like, I'm a vampire, I'm gonna bite your ass. But so these indigenous people, their teeth were perfect. Their bones were perfectly aligned. They were healthy. They didn't have cavities. Can you imagine that? We have so many cavities today. Me, I have cavities. I didn't go to a dentist for, like 20 years, couldn't afford it. But we have so many cavities because of the way we eat and the food that we consume. But these indigenous tribes, people that ate this wild food and hunted and ate livers and organs, which I used to do a lot. And especially in Austin, Texas, I had this French chef who did charcuterie. For those of you who don't know, is generally how you process organ meats, the most nutrient-dense foods, in different type of textures. Like most people know a mousse, a chocolate mousse, that's a texture. I used to get liver pate, which is a different texture. It's not as smooth as a mousse. Super delicious, but I used to eat beef heart, livers, different types of livers, kidneys, tongue. Smoked beef heart was so good, one of my favorites, and raw milk and raw cheese. Like things that are unpasteurized, that haven't been killed, the nutrients haven't been destroyed. And I kind of faded off that a little bit because it's not so easy to always find those things, but it is the most beneficial for you. And I used to have really bad eczema. Sometimes it flares up now, but I totally got rid of that when I was eating this style. And I just recently started doing it again, even raw eggs and liver. And I know vegan friends and stuff in Rasta are going to be like, what are you doing, man? And it's like, if we look at how we're created, how God created us, and the healthiest form we have, you'll find out it's the indigenous way of eating, and that's how they ate. And it led me to discover that animals aren't the only ones that feel pain, that know who you are, remember what you do, etc. It's more than that. You can watch a documentary that was made in the 70s that is called The Secret Life of Plants, and what you'll find out is they measure with a stress detector that plants know exactly what you do, what you did, who you are. They feel the pain, the stress when you break and you kill and you eat them. Just because they don't have eyes like we do and look like a mammal like most animals do doesn't mean that they're not going to feel the same thing, because everything has the same consciousness. So people who try to use that shaming tactic, you're killing animals that should be alive and you shouldn't have to eat them and all this stuff like that. We're all omnivores, and so yes, we are meant to eat that way, especially me. I got these daggers. But and it's the way that we are the most healthy. You just say thanks, and the greatest way to do it is hunting, which I used to do hunting with my bow, my archery bow. I don't have it anymore. I gave it away to a friend who wasn't very good at archery, and I was training him, and I just kind of felt like he probably would use it a lot more than I did. I was going through a lot of like poverty and trying to figure things out where I was lived, so I gave it to him, and he trained with it, which is great. But I hunted turkey with the bow and arrow, that's right, and I shot a turkey straight in the heart from about 20-25 yards away. It flew in the air, landed completely dead. I ate everything. Anything I didn't eat, I gave to my dogs. It's definitely something I want to incorporate back in my life, is hunting, wild food, giving thanks, because you go through such a rush of emotions when you succeed. With all that training, I did 6 months to a year of training, getting to know the turkey, getting to know the turkey call, like, that type of stuff, and corralling them in, and getting that moment where you're just, everything is in sync, and really feeling that. And then after you take the life of that animal, you feel all the emotions of taking its life, being thankful, how hard it was, and you just say thanks and tears and everything like that, and then you show that it was worth it. You eat every piece, you use every piece of it. But yeah, guys, and now where I'm at, also with Rastafari, I'm still in love with Rastafari, in love with reggae music. I honestly feel like I'm growing my hair out again. Dreadlocks is me, my personality, and I will be growing my dreadlocks back again. I won't be straight like Rasta like I used to be, where I was just all hardcore and always speaking of how things should be and not, really implementing it into my life and just being what I should be, and instead of all the speaking, doing. And that's what I'm focused on now. And I went through a lot of hard stuff with Rastafari, the worst time of my entire life, the most homeless, the most poor, the most broken, the most depressed, the most beat down. I got with a woman I never should have, who I'm not even attracted to, and had a daughter, which is crazy. I never thought that would happen to me, or that I'd have a daughter with someone that I don't love, or that I'm not, in a great relationship with. I'm so thankful, because in high school, man, I had the greatest relationship of my life, and out of high school, almost 10 years long. And so I know exactly what it is to have a great relationship and great communication, a healthy relationship where you never argue. Yes, I'm telling you the truth, you never argue. There's years and years and years, almost 5 years of relationship, never argued, because there's no point. If you're arguing or if you're angry, you already failed, because all that comes before that is communication. And we were on that level where we didn't need to say words. We understood each other, and of course we would say words when we need to, absolutely. But there was no arguing. And so yeah, in Rastafari, just really just fell down. I wanted to kill myself. I held a gun to my head, a loaded gun with my finger on the trigger, brothers. I swear I did. And I wanted everything to end. I didn't know how to move forward. And I've grown so much since then. Life is not completely easy now. Like, I don't get to see my daughter, which I miss her a lot. And I never wanted to have, if I had children, have them taken from me. And, it's just something that happens in this world with feminism, the way that the world is set up, especially in the United States and America and the Western nations, where generally women have female supremacy. They have the government, they have the courts, they have the judges, they have the police, they have the laws, they have the whole society, the social system, they have social media, they have the corporations. They all have that supporting their generally psychotic feminist view. And they will do anything to destroy a man who speaks the truth, like what's going on with Andrew Tate, who's a cool freaking dude, successful guy. Some might think he's a little sketchy, but he just speaks the truth and what it is. And a lot of what he says, women hear what he says, and they're triggered by what he says because they don't understand the context of what he's saying. They're like, oh, you just hate women, all this stuff like that. And it's because America's so stupid and the people are so dumbed down, especially the women, because they've been propped up with so much privilege and delusion that they actually believe because they are the more fragile gender. So it's like, you know, propaganda. It affects everyone, but it affects women a lot more. So when they see these movies where, you know, 90-pound women are beating up, you know, 200-pound men, they're like, yeah, you know, that's us type of thing, you know, and it's just crazy that we're at this point. But it's awesome because I think that as well that I see that a lot of people are standing up and just they're being themselves despite being hated, which is something I dealt with as Rastafari and doing what I was doing. Is I was so conflicted because all I had was love in my heart, but what I was saying people were taking the wrong way, and maybe I was saying it wrong and everything else like that. And so it's really difficult for me at the time to just deal with people not liking me, and I was just really weak. And now I'm just at this point where I don't want to let any piece of myself go that I've built and that I've learned and that I've come to grow into. I want to amass it all into one perfect Kaleb Valiente Capes, one perfect superhero hero. You know what I'm saying? And move forward in that way. And now where I'm at, it's like, I don't hate gay people. I'm not against veganism. I don't hate women and stuff like this. It's, I disagree, and that's it. And I don't have to agree with you. And that's what America wants. That's what the society wants, is they want you to agree with their mindset, and they'll do anything to try to make you. They'll try to erase your life on social media. They'll try to falsely accuse you with the courts and the law. They'll take your children. They'll do anything possible to make you bow and submit to the modern woman, which is honestly where the modern woman has gone. To me personally, is a foul creature who can do so much better. Women are amazing when they are feminine and when they are loving and when they are in tune with their true selves, when they're in that feminine, nurturing, expansive, open, supportive state. They're very powerful and they're necessary. However, what women have become today and they've listened to in their mind and they've seen with the TV and they're living today is a complete perversion and, you know, reverse of what women really are. And that's what I absolutely don't agree with. Yes, I ride with Sneeko. I ride with Andrew Tate. I ride with Fresh and Fit. Doesn't mean I agree with like everything of how they do things in their life and personal life. But as far as speaking the truth and what's going on in the West and the female supremacy, the gynocentrism in the West, totally there. And I see it even more when I travel. As I traveled here to Costa Rica, the woman I was with, who I had a daughter with, took my daughter one morning after she tried to stab me. She went crazy. I was meditating every day. Had no more anger, no more argument, nothing. I just wasn't going to play that thing no more for at least a year. And it just got down to this point where I was just so effectively peaceful with this individual who was psychotic, who was crazy, who was screaming every morning and day about nothing, about Subway sandwiches. And, you know, until the point where I was like, I'm moving into this room, leave me alone. I don't even want to be near you. It's just Ruby, and that's it. And they broke down the door with a knife and called the police and lied to the police, you know, just trying to do anything she could to destroy me. And then one day she just took my daughter, my car, my money, and left. And so that's what America is, and there's nothing a man can do about it now, but we can speak up about it and go from there. And so that's where I'm at. And being in Costa Rica now, I got blessed with a place to stay and some work. It's not the ideal situation. Again, I would like to be making more money, and I would like to have more equipment. I'm working off my phone, which is very fucking annoying. Just staring at my stupid ass phone, you know, trying to edit all this stuff. I only got 64 gigs, so it's like my phone fills up with footage. I have to edit stuff, but I can't export, so I have to upload things online, then erase off my phone, and then download the little I need. Then once that's done, I edit it, then I export it, and then I gotta offload it, and then I gotta download what I already have on my phone again. And it's just this really just arduous, horrid process I have to go through just because of where I'm at financially right now. I'm grateful because it's expanding my resume and my show reel, which is really awesome. But I absolutely have plans, and I've been saving generally all my money. I've probably spent maybe 10 to 20% of the money I've made, which I haven't made a lot of money. I have like maybe almost $1,000, maybe like $900 that I have saved, which I had none of that. I had like $100 in my name, and I paid off my credit card while here, and I had just enough to pay every bit of that credit card bill to the last dime, and I had $0 left because they charged me $7 per payment. So for 6 months, like before I got here, I spent some money in a card so I can build my credit, and then for 6 months I just paid monthly, built my credit. Credit's at like 650 something now, highest it's ever been. I never built my credit, never knew about it, never really had my father there to really guide me and show me what I need to do and what I need to focus on as a man. It was just kind of like, you're born, all right. And it was just like, oh, I had to go through like my 20s was just like, what the hell is life? What am I supposed to do? Which a lot of 20s is like that for most people, but it was just like, usually, if you grow up with a father, you still got some type of grind or some type of money. I had no clue of nothing. I had no clue, man. I mean, I had good times, I had bad times, but I had no clue, and I would definitely do different with my children. But here I am now, guys, and I'm just amassing everything that I've learned, and I'm just really gonna just be me and be real. And one thing that's really helped me that I used to do a lot and I'm doing now again is entheogens, entheogenic medicine and therapy, and spiritual exploration of consciousness. It really truly helps you grow on such a deep level, very fast and rapid. And I believe that all the people that generally like created the Megalithic pyramids and all the Megalithic structures, try to say that fast, all around the world were of a higher consciousness, a higher vibration. They're able to probably use a technology that we all have inherent inside of us that we forgot, which is word, sound, power. Just like a woman or a man can sing a high-pitched note and shatter glass, is the same way we can use our organs, right, and our vocal cords to probably attune to matter, which is energy vibrating, that looks like a solid mass, and change its form. Hence why you can go to the pyramids of Giza and the structures, the stones are perfect alignment to the apex, the top of the pyramid. Some of you guys check out my Teotihuacan video for like in Mexico a while ago I did or something, but it's perfect, and you can't slide a paper between these stones because, and they're like, how they get these stones from way over here, because they would have to get them over here, who knows, and then they brought them over here and then stacked them all perfect that we can't replicate today with any crane, any technology we have. And so what I started, and then perfect circles, right lines, is that it's either laser technology or sound technology or both. And that's why you also have in the pyramids of Giza, you have all these chambers that are resonated at different solfeggio frequencies, which is another thing I was highly into and I'm back into as well, solfeggio frequencies, the ancient frequency or tuning of all instruments and the holy scale of music that they studied, like 528 hertz, because I used to have the tuning forks. I used to have tuning forks, everything heals your DNA. And they studied this and they proved it. All these sound waves, everything are powerful. They're absolutely powerful, and they can change matter. Just like they say that God spoke things into being, right? What is that? Speak is sound. Sound into being, right? And then light and all the other stuff like that. And so this is me. This is all the stuff that I love. This is all the stuff I'm interested in martial arts as well. I always grew up in martial arts, Taoist, herbalism, and indigenous, tribal stuff. It all goes with martial arts because martial arts is the art of surviving a war. It's how to protect yourself, right? How to protect your family. And it's just what I've always been into, and I trained in Taekwondo, Muay Thai, karate, and a little bit of jiu-jitsu. I used to just wrestle with this purple belt, and he would just whoop my ass, and I would learn that way. But, do martial arts and stuff like that. And I really want to learn Silat, which is indigenous martial art from the southeast parts of Asia. So they argue about where it originated from, but it's the most deadly martial art form in the world, and I would love to learn that. But anyways, guys, it's been awesome. Life is amazing. I wish I was somewhere else, or I was at a different place than where I am now. But I think that's a good thing because despite the pain I may feel sometimes, waking up and just seeing like where I'm at and where I would like to be, it shows me like where I want to be. It reveals what I truly desire out of life. Where before it was just like I didn't really know, and so that's why I didn't really do anything. It was just like I was dabbling here or there, and now it's like I know exactly what my ideal life would look like. I know exactly what it would look like. It would look like You know, every day I'm studying martial arts. I'm doing videography. I got my camera. I got my laptop. I got a house to stay in, and I got friends, and I got a tribe group of people, and we do Entheogens, and we advance our consciousness. We travel the world. We make vlog videos. We help people out. We have money to help people wherever they're at and show them the right way to think and how to make money for themselves. We don't just give them fish. We show them how to fish. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I would love to be, and to be able to effectively like reach people with what helped me, whether it's health or again, entheogens or martial arts or whatever it may be, and you know, just produce and be creative and live life and have fun and have relationships. I'm open to have a relationship with women, and you know, just not feminist women. Probably not any Western women, because honestly, check it out. The owner of this hostel, they're so smart. They've been here for 25 years in Costa Rica, and they're both from different countries. The mom is from Canada, the dad is from Holland, and they met in Costa Rica, and they had a son. And so their son has 3 passports, right? He has a Canadian passport, he has a Costa Rican passport, and he has a European or passport from Holland. That's crazy. That dude is 007, right? Where me, I just have a passport America. Or my daughter, she just has a passport America. She's only 1.5. Most don't have, you know, their passport that young. But, you know, it's like you could have a secondary citizenship in another country, right? You could just, what if stuff really gets bad with the gynocentrism in America, and they really start breaking down on men even more than they already are, busting our balls and taking all away our freedoms and our rights that we have, either to our children, you know, or our money or whatever it may be, and you want to live somewhere else. Well, if you find a girl who's feminine in another country, which is most likely, and it's most likely not going to happen in the U.S., but most likely in another country, then, you know, it's possible. I don't know if you get married or not, still like, on that. But if you have a child or something like that, you automatically have citizenship. If you get married, you have citizenship. And then you have some options, right? And so to me, that makes way more sense for the future of the world and where we're headed, is more of a, they say global flat earth, but you know, it's like worldwide. You know what I'm saying? It's worldwide. You could travel, you can live in another country, you could have some options and be on this, you know, worldwide spectrum of humanity, which I believe that we need to come to. You know, it's like we fought as a human species so much on race, when there's no such thing as race except the human race. And we're not really racing each other, unless you want to say like we're racing to that point where someone figures out, you know, that we are mortal and we are peaceful and we need each other because we're all one. And then, I don't know, they turn into light being and everyone starts understanding through him, and they start turning into light being too, and that be the race. I'm cool with that race. But otherwise, we're just a human species, and we need to stop fighting against each other and you know, cutting the legs out from each other, and instead realize, oh, we're all the same, we all need the same things, we all have the basic needs of humanity. We need to figure out how to provide this for all of ourselves, or figure out a system that allows us to have this and work this out with every single living human being, so they can go further in their consciousness and their ability to create and affect the world than just, I need money for food, I need money for a building. And it's not just successful people, it's everyone, because the basics of humanity are met. That would be phenomenal and amazing, and I very well believe it's possible if people start taking entheogens. If people start taking entheogens, it's inevitable. We will get to that point, because that's, you experience life truly how it is, that we are all connected, that we are not separated, we are not separate. No one is better than anyone, and we're just all different aspects of the same body, which again, it goes back to Judaism and, you know, even Taoism, everything, to the ancients, they all knew this. Again, we didn't evolve, right? If anything, we devolved, but we didn't evolve. There are no transitionary fossils, right? There's no frog to fish to human. There's no transitions between those. There's just what was now, then, and they were just slightly different, bigger, smaller, different colors, but the same thing, right? And so what has happened through time is we've gone through cycles. Just like you look at your clock, right? And it goes through the cycle, just like you look to the sky and the sun and moon go through the cycle, and the stars go through the same star alignments throughout the year, right? It's just a cycle, right? But we're flying through space, yeah, right? You know, the same stars happen in the North Star. No, we're stationary here, right? This stuff spins like a clock, right? It's a cycle, it's a season, even up to the great age, as they say, we're in the age of Aquarius and stuff like this, which is the man bearing the water, which washes you know, the world anew and refreshes it, solves it, right? Like a savior. That's what water is a solvent. Like when you have a dirty dish and you put water in that dirty dish, Why you do that? Because you're trying to solve the dirtiness. And what happens when you soak it is all that dirt comes off and gets real loose and gets washed away. That's why water's a solvent to solve your problem solvent. So he's solving the world's problems, essentially, the Aquarius man. And so I think that's possible for me. I think it's possible for you, anybody, to really reach that state and effectively help the whole world, especially now because we're so interconnected with the internet, the interwebs and stuff like that. So yeah, guys, anyways, this is the real Caleb. And I'm just going to be pushing myself further and further and further to get to exactly where I want to be in my life and reaching you guys. Honestly, I feel like I don't even know my real community on YouTube. It's like lately what I've really been doing is like I've just been going through so much and just reflecting so much, and then all these experiences out here as well. So it's just been kind of documenting my life right now and the traveling I've been going through, and haven't really opened up to you guys. As well as, I don't really get many comments on the videos sometimes. Sometimes I get comments, and they're really great comments, guys, and I appreciate it. But yeah, I feel like I don't really know my community too, and I think that's because I don't really put my inner self out there. It's more just, oh, look, I'm traveling, this is cool, that is that, da 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 da. So if you guys watch this, it turned out to be 26 minutes or nearly 30 minutes, crazy. Thank you for watching this, man, and just being real with you guys with who I am, what I've been through, what I'm interested in, and where I'm headed or wanting to head. Truck coming by, but hopefully you guys will be able to hear me. I forgot my microphone. I haven't even eaten breakfast yet. I finished my workout, and I'm going to eat some food that people would think is crazy. They used to tell me I'm crazy all the time when I eat beef heart at work and shit. But I'm about to probably eat some beef liver, hígado de vaca. Here in Costa Rica, in Spanish, is liver of the cow. And yeah, man, and just really get back on my health and goals and everything. Oh man, I truly dread editing on this phone. I freaking hate it so bad. Desperately want to get a laptop and just be able to just work effectively with the flow and not just have the phone limiting me to a certain method. Anyways, guys, I love you, whoever you are, wherever you are, whatever you are, whatever you believe. We're here as one, and I hope you enjoyed this. I hope maybe it helped you realize maybe what you want to be or what you want to become or what you truly love or interests you want to look up, some of the things I may mention. And yeah, man, because otherwise you're just going to live a life of regret. It's really, that one quote is either you're going to regret the pain of discipline or you're going to regret, I don't know how it goes, but it's like, it's either you're going to be disciplined now and you're going to do what you need to, or later on you're going to regret that you did. And that's pretty much it. We only have this one life that we're aware of, and this time, even though our soul is immortal, it's like, do you remember your old life? I don't. I know that I was probably living, but it's like, we're energy. You can't be created nor destroyed. You just always are. So we have the immortality. It's just we don't remember. And so if we're as aware and conscious as we are right now in this life here right now, then you were living before as well. So I don't know. I can keep going on a tangent, but anyways, I love you guys. Leave your comments down below. Just let me know what you think. Let me know where you are, and bless, man, and give love to yourself and your life, into your dreams and your hopes, and to those around you. Love you guys. Bless. All right. Have a really good day, man. And I mean that. All right. Let's see how I can end this.